Hi, this is Togo. This is for learn about yourself and learn to sit up. About letting go of your habitual pattern, anti-gravity muscles. Addresses organization of flexion. Lie on your back and stretch out your legs. Rest your arms by your sides. What is the floor speaking to you? How are your legs resting on the floor? Does one leg feel slightly longer, shorter, heavier, or lighter than the other? How's your lower back lying on the floor? Is one side more away from the floor than the other? How is your spine resting on the floor? Which part of the spine is touching the floor more clearly than the other? How are your shoulder blades resting on the floor? Is one side lying in closer contact with the floor than the other? How are your arms resting on the floor? How differently are your hands resting on the floor? How is your head resting on the floor? Is your head tilting or rotating to one side more than the other? Before begin the movement, be aware that the orientation of front, behind, above, below are in reference to the standing position. Bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. Put your left hand behind your head, meaning the back of your head is in the left palm. Lift your left leg as it is and put your right hand below the kneecap in front. Leave the right leg standing. Moshe usually comments on the difference between below and behind because quite often his pupils make mistakes because of lack of awareness. Below the kneecap is not behind the kneecap, but is in front of you while standing. Moshe gives the example that your stomach is below your head and your ass is below your stomach. Therefore, below is below, not behind. Now slowly lift your head with your left hand. Gently, very slowly, very little. And at the same time, think of directing your left elbow to the left knee and your right hand directing your left knee towards your left elbow. And stop them and take them apart. And put them a little bit together and take them apart. And put them together. Direct the left elbow toward the left knee and the left knee toward the left elbow. Provided that you don't achieve it, never touch the elbow with the knee. The process is more important than achieving to touch the knee and the elbow each other. Just make the movement gently and then you will see the difference between learning to move properly and practicing the final skill. Slowly direct your left elbow to the left knee and the left knee to the left elbow, but never touch, and take them apart. Gently, don't force, never touch. Don't hurry, slowly, slowly, slowly as you can. Stop at any moment you feel it's awkward. Stop it, think it, keep on doing it. Just gently, slowly, not achieving anything. Observe how you breathe. Lift as little as possible and see whether you hold your breath. Do you move your knee too, or only the head and the elbow? If you move them apart, why shouldn't the leg go away from the elbow? It's you, it's not your elbow, it's not your knee. They have no say without you. Therefore, go slowly and do it gently. Now watch do you breathe out when draw them one in direction than the other. What about the left foot? Do you have to stretch it or extend it? What about flexing the foot while you do that? Flex the left foot gently, slowly, while drawing the left knee and the left elbow together, and extend while apart. Can you feel what's on the floor? Which side of the body touches more intimately to the floor? Is it the right side or the left side? It doesn't matter. One of them touches. The question is whether you know what you are doing. Now stop it. Stretch out and lie on your back. Just see how you breathe when you don't do anything. And don't change the breathing. Go slowly as you can. When you continue the movement should not interfere with breathing more than it's been done now at this moment when you are doing nothing. Bend your knees again. Put your left hand behind your head and put your right hand again in front of below your left kneecap. Just to see what it feels like to do it again. Bring the left elbow to the left knee and the left knee to the left elbow. Right knee stand on the floor. Hold it like that. Stay there where you are. Don't go near. Just stay like that. Your right foot should stand on the floor. Now very, very slowly, move your entire body as it is. Trunk, the head, shoulders, pelvis, and everything else. Just look a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Whole of you. Only a little bit. Back again. Only a little bit. Back again. Slowly. Even slower than that. Slowly. If you are trembling, you are doing more than you can. Do it slowly. Lock the whole body. Whole entire yourself. Whole body means everything. Legs, pelvis, trunk, chest, shoulders, head, and everything. A little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Slowly, slowly, and not much. A little bit. Now stop it. Put both feet on the floor. Now think. Suppose you do it again. Exactly the same thing as you just did. With what did you start moving right and left with? The pelvis, the shoulders, or the legs? 3 choices. That means learning. Put your left hand behind your head. Lift your left foot again and put the right hand below your left kneecap. See what feels like to go with the left elbow towards the left knee and the left knee towards the left elbow. Can you see that it's getting better and easier? You did not do that movement, but you did all sorts of different things by doing carefully, not doing that. Now slowly move shoulder to the right and left, not the pelvis, shoulders, and back again. Not a lot, only a little bit. Slowly. Only the shoulders, not the pelvis. It doesn't matter how much, but if you move left shoulder and left elbow and right shoulder, the head will move to the right and the left obviously. If you can do it, think that you are doing it. Now stop that and do it with your pelvis only, not with the shoulders. Now shoulders are staying as quiet as they can and move the pelvis right and left. A little bit, not much. Especially if it's difficult to move the pelvis to the right and left. Can you feel doing right and left at the same amount? How do you do that? Slowly. Now move again everything together, right and left. See whether it is easier. Does it get actually easier? Slowly, right and left, very gently. Now each side a few times only. Now move again the left elbow and the left knee towards one another without touching. Now stay like that. Now watch whether your right foot stands with the heel or the foot. Lift the right heel a little bit and lift the right foot a little bit. Do that a few times. Slowly, slowly. Now hold the left elbow and the left knee as the distances to which they are. Imagine there is a stick. So the stick is between the left elbow and the left knee. Keep that distance so it does not decrease nor increase. Now rock the body forward and backward. Keep the distance between the elbow and the knee constant. Not changing, hold the stick so the stick does not fall. Rock forward and backwards, not sideways. Keep the distance between the elbow and the knee. Notice you have to do something with your right leg. If your right leg does not stand on the right place, it's awkward to do. Now see whether you have to bring it near to yourself or farther away. It's running. Put the right foot near to yourself and rock forward and backward a few times. Not so much, only a small little things. The one which is comfortable. Put the right foot away from you, make it farther away. Make it so that it's awkward. Find where it's comfortable. Now put your right foot where it's comfortable and rock forward and backward, slowly. Stop it, stretch out, lie still. Just observe the difference between the right side and the left side. What do you feel in the left leg and the left side of the shoulder and the left side of the chest compared to the right side? And again, bend your knees, and this time put your right hand behind your head and be careful, don't act by habit. Lift your left leg again, left leg. If you lift right leg up, because it must be symmetrical, Moshe would say that that's a bad habit. It's compulsive. Make you do the things before you know what you have chosen. Therefore, you have no choice, machine-like. Now lift the left knee and hold with your left hand below the left kneecap. Slowly and then gradually direct your right elbow to the left knee and the left knee to the right elbow. Gently and never touch. Just move the right elbow and the left knee toward one another. Don't touch. Slowly. Don't strain to touch. It's unimportant to touch even if you can. Now again, go as close as near as you can with the elbow to the knee and the knee to the elbow. And then rock yourself right and left like before. But slowly, small movement, and your right foot on the floor. Everything can remain on the floor, remains on the floor. Slowly, gently. Observe how bigger the movement is compared to it was minutes ago. Still hold below your left knee and behind your head. Slowly distinguish whether you move the shoulders around, right and left. Pelvis remains still. A few times. Don't hold your breath. Don't do anything for breathing. Anything that you know for breathing is wrong. Don't do anything. Let it work face by itself. Now do the same thing with the pelvis, not the shoulders. The pelvis right and left, gently, gently, slowly. Now move again everything together, right and left. Slowly, right and left very gently. Now each side several times. Now change over your hand on the same leg. Direct your left elbow to the left knee and the left knee to the left elbow. See how much closer you can bring them, but don't touch. In fact, if you are allowed to touch, you will probably touch. It's not allowed because the quality of touch must be like doing nothing, like scratching your nose, not more. It does not mean that you don't have to touch. You will touch, but with a quality that you never knew in your life. Slowly, don't touch. Change over your hands again, only the hands. Can you see you become aware? You are not changing the other leg. Now also direct the right elbow to the left knee and see how much closer it becomes without touching. That's good enough. Stop it and stretch out. See which leg is you and which leg is your body's leg. Your left leg is you. Your right leg is your body. Every time you do the movement with awareness, you get one part becoming yourself, and the other part is as you brought it here. It's useless in comparison. Roll on to one side and get up. Get up slowly and walk around to see which leg serves you better. What do you feel in your right leg? What do you feel in your left leg? Just turn around on the left leg and the right leg and see and feel the difference. Feel the quality of the movement of the left leg, of the left arm, of the left shoulder, of the breathing, and the right one. If you have any sense, you realize that one leg touches the floor soft, gentle, clever, knows where to put and how, and the other one is an idiot. And of course, who are you? The left leg. Who is your body? Your right leg. If you have a funny ideas of having the body that you have to exploit in order to force it to achieve anything, it just gets destroyed. That's all. Be careful yourself. You will see that you will touch in a few minutes. Left side is such a way, such ease, such elegance that you've never known that things in the left. Don't be so serious. You're learning something important for yourself, something wonderful. Therefore, nothing to be serious about. Lie on your back. Moshe stated that if you can't tell the difference from that, you need more prolonged treatment until you recover and begin to feel the difference. When you must go to the psychiatrist because you are alienated to yourself beyond anything that you can appreciate. If you can't feel the difference in that, you are actually not in good health. The human brain has the best nervous system. The human being should have sensitivity, kinesthetic sense, and feel the difference like that. How come some doesn't feel the difference? Is it because the system doesn't work or you don't feel? If you can't tell the difference whether you feel one way or the other way, can you imagine what sort of idiotic things you did in your life? They must be very badly wired in the brain, yet nobody's system is so badly off that you can feel the differences. Bend both legs and feet on the floor spread. Put your right hand behind your head and get hold of the left leg below kneecap with your left hand. And slowly direct the right elbow to the left knee and the other way around. Notice how easier to bring the right elbow to the left knee and the left knee to the right elbow. If you don't strain and you can touch. It should not feel more difficult than touching your nose. You must move your left knee too, not only your right arm. Feel the quality of the movement and touch if you can touch. Do you remember how it was when you started? Now cross over your hands only. Change over your hands. See what does it feel like to touch with your left elbow to the left knee. Can you feel the quality of that touching? If you don't feel the difference between when you started and you do it like that now, what do you think of that? Is it because you didn't improve it or you don't feel it? Change over your legs now. Place left hand behind your head, right hand below the right kneecap. See how is touching this way. Is it same quality? It's a little more difficult, or you may feel very much more difficult. It means that like the other side was before. Change over your hands again. Right hand behind your head and the left hand below your right kneecap, and see how you feel. Now put both hands behind your head. And now move the right knee to the left elbow toward each other. Then the right knee and the right elbow toward each other. Put the right foot on the floor and the left knee and the right elbow toward each other. And the left knee to the left elbow toward each other. If that is not improvement, what is? Now touch with both elbow and both knee toward each other. If that is not improvement, what is? Put left hand behind your right knee and put right hand behind your left knee. So your arms are crossed in between your legs. Now stretch your legs a little bit and lower them. Bring your heels near to your buttocks. Stretch them and bend them toward your buttocks. Just like that. Keep on doing. Bend your knees and heels toward your buttocks. Do that several times. Legs and feet must be apart. Lower the legs and now rock yourself. Lift the head while lower your legs. Straighten the legs. Straighten them to the ceiling and lower them. Bring your heels toward your buttocks. Lift your legs and stretch them and bend them. Stretch them and bend them. Keep on doing that and at the same time rock your body. Keep on doing that slowly. Stretch them and bend your knees. Bring your heels toward your buttocks. Stretch your legs, bend your knees, heel toward your buttocks. Now stop it, and take out your hands. Roll anyway and sit up. Cross your arms and put them between the legs. Put your left hand behind your right knee and put right hand behind the left knee. Put your thumb together with all other fingers behind your knees. Now slowly roll back until you can't roll back. Slowly go back so long as you can sit back. You are not going to the floor. You lift your legs and roll a little bit back. Bend your knees and come back. Stretch your leg and bend your knees. In one movement, bend your knees and come back. Stretch them and bend them to come back. Stretch them and bend them to come back. Go on like that until you can roll backward. What do you do with your head? Do you throw your head backward? Do whatever you like, but know what you are doing. Don't throw your head back. What do you do with your feet? Do you hold your feet together? How can you do it with your feet together, with the hand between your knees? Moshe would say that, who told you that you have to learn to put feet together? It's time you knew whether you want to open them or not. Now change over your arms. Now roll back and sit back in one go, and bend your knees. You don't have to be an athlete for that, because you just need to balance yourself with your legs. Open your legs and bend your knees. Heels go towards your buttocks. Learn the way of mobilizing yourself so you can go on learning for yourself. Lift and stretch your legs and bend your knees and heels towards your buttocks. Bend your knees and heels towards your buttocks. Bending your knees should lift you. You don't have to lift yourself to the ceiling with your ass. You don't have to lift your pelvis from the floor. All you have to do is to lift your legs and bend your knees to sit up. That's all. Bend your knees while sitting up. Bend your knees and heel towards your buttocks. Lie on your back. Bend your knees. Put your right hand behind your left knee. Put your left hand behind your head. See whether you can touch the left elbow to left knee one another. Does it feel difficult to do now? Change over your hands only. What does it feel like to touch now? Very difficult? Now change over your legs. Change over your hands. Introduce your hands between your legs again, crossed. Put your hand behind your knees and sit up again. Is it easier to sit up? Why does it work? Lie on your back. Bend your legs. Now put both hands on your thighs near your kneecaps. Now lift your legs. Push your thighs to sit up. Can you see if you hold your head between your legs? It's the same things. Go on doing that so you don't have to cross your arms between your legs. It feels the same things. How come that it's difficult to sit up without that? Now touch with your hand. Put layer of the air between your hands and thighs. Compress the air while you sit up and see what happens. Works the same way, doesn't it? If you hold the distance of the shoulder from your knees, it doesn't matter whether you hold with your hands or you don't. If you hold the shoulders in that distance, you can keep your hands anywhere you like. You can put your hands behind your knees from the outside, but don't touch. Roll back and get up again. The distance of the shoulder from the knee is important. As you sit with your knees bent and stand with your feet, put your right forearm underneath behind both legs, and with your left hand on the floor, and roll back and sit up again. Stretch your legs, bend your knees, heel towards your buttocks. Then you get up easily. Stretch your legs, bend your knees, and heel towards your buttocks. Now change over your hands. Put your left hand behind both knees from the outside, and the right hand on the floor. Roll back and sit up. See how easy it is. Now put both forearms behind your knees there, touching the elbows or wherever you can. Stretch your legs and bend them with your heels towards your buttocks, and you are up. You have to insist on it, even you are not satisfied, because nobody knows what is good for it before you have learned and actually to find out you can. Stop it. See whether you can lower your head. Bend your knees properly. Could you touch your mouth with one knee? Now touch the other knee. At the beginning of the lesson, you are difficult to touch the elbow with the knees. See whether you can put your nose in between your knees slowly. If you can't, put your hands behind your knees and roll back and do the movement several times. Now as you sit, put your right hand below your right kneecap, left hand behind your head, and lift right knee towards your forehead, and forehead towards right knee. How about touch with left elbow with your right knee? Is that difficult? That is a difference of quality. Can you feel that it is a lot more easier than what you did before? What do you think of the person that can feel the difference? If the things doesn't work or the person's feeling doesn't work. Now do the same thing with the other leg. Right hand behind your head and the left hand below your left kneecap. with forehead, with elbow. What is the difficulty with the elbow now? Before you couldn't. Now lie on your back on the floor. Bend your knees. Put right hand behind the head, the left hand below the left kneecap. See whether you can touch with the left knee to the right elbow, the right elbow to the left knee. Now change over the legs, the right knee to the right elbow to the right knee. Change over the arms, right knee to the left elbow to the right knee. Change over the legs, left knee to the left elbow to the left knee. See what does it feel like? Why couldn't you do that in half an hour ago? Now stretch out and see how it feels like. What is the floor speaking to you now? Slowly roll to the right side and stand up. Use all the floor members to stand up. See what does it feel like in standing. Are you smaller? Are you taller? Are you heavier? Are you lighter? Look and see what it feels like. Thank you very much. Have a day that matters.